Hello, happy St. Patrick's Day, and welcome to this week's Tong Ren session. I'm Johanna, and I'll be tapping for you today. Now, before we begin, just a few things to note. For those of you who've registered, your submitted conditions have all been included in today's protocol. Also, if you're new here, there's nothing that's required of you during the session. You don't need to follow along to tap or do anything. You can just simply sit back, listen, and relax. Also, the tapping that you'll hear is in stereo, so headphones are recommended. Now, during the session, I work through 3 key areas as a part of the general protocol: the brain, the sympathetic nervous system, and the parasympathetic nervous system. And at the end of the session, I tap to ground the points to support a deep relaxation for you. Now, for those of you who've registered, I've also included specific points based on the conditions you've submitted. So today's session covers both the general protocol as well as your individual patterns. Now I'll tap until a few minutes before the hour is up. Then after the session, feel free to share your comments. If you'd like to, I'll stay on to answer any questions. Also, if you're tapping along with me today, feel free to let everyone know in the comments. And just as a quick reminder, Tong Ren is a complementary therapy. It's not a substitute for medical care. So please consult your healthcare provider for any diagnosis and treatment. Now, before we begin, let's just take a moment to settle in. So I invite you to find a comfortable position and feel the support beneath your feet and whatever you're sitting on or lying upon. Let your shoulders soften a bit and your hands rest naturally. And now bring your awareness to your breath, and let's take a slow inhale through the nose. And exhale slowly. And let's do that one more time. Breathe in. And release. And know that your conscious mind doesn't need to stay engaged during the session. So if you do find yourself drifting towards sleep, that's perfectly fine. There's nothing that you need to do right now except be still. So I'll begin tapping now. We'll start at CV17. The center of your chest, supporting respiratory function, regulating the heart rhythm, and helping circulation flow throughout your entire body. This area also supports those whose systems are sensitive to environmental triggers by strengthening the chest resilience. And moving to stomach 11, we target the major vascular pathways between your head and body. This point supports cerebral circulation, oxygenation to the brain and the face, signaling to your digestive organs, and healthy elimination. It also supports shoulder and arm circulation for those working with upper body recovery. And moving over to stomach 12 on the collarbone area, we continue working through the pathways that carry circulation throughout your body. This point is important for joint health, cardiovascular support, neurological signaling, fluid balance, as well as releasing any tension in your shoulders or your chest. And moving to stomach 9 and 10 alongside your throat, corresponding to your thyroid gland and metabolic regulation. These points support thyroid balance and releasing any temperature and supporting the internal temperature regulation, digestive signaling, your cholesterol metabolism, and healthy elimination. And moving to Li16, we engage the pathway that supplies circulation to your brain and supports the integration of brain and spinal signals. This point helps ensure adequate blood flow through the neck to nourish your entire central nervous system. At Li17, we engage the pathways that supply circulation to your head and spine. This point facilitates bioelectrical signaling through your neck, supporting circulation, cardiovascular function, and comfortable skin health. And continuing to Li18, we support the carotid pathway and the autonomic nerves that govern your major organs. This point helps maintain autonomic balance, supports insulin signaling, anxiety regulation, and sends clear signals to regulate your heart, circulation, and fluid balance. On the left side, it also supports focus and attention. At Si16, we activate the cervical pathway to ensure adequate blood supply flows to the brain and to the base of your skull. This point supports cardiovascular balance, cranial circulation, and the deep sleep centers that serve your visual and motor areas. At Si17, we stimulate the nerve pathways that manage sensation and circulation to your face and jaw. This point supports oral structures, jaw alignment, dental recovery, oxygenated circulation, and the integration of brain and spinal signals. Tapping GV23 near the hairline. We support the frontal brain centers that regulate anxiety, emotional balance, and calm focus. This point is essential for those working with attention, blood cell production, and healthy iron levels. And moving back to GV22 and bladder 6 near your hypothalamus, we engage the master connection between your brain and your entire endocrine system. These points support metabolic coordination, thyroid regulation, hormone balance, blood sugar management, joint function, and blood cell production throughout your body. And tapping GV21, we work the motor cortex support point that corresponds with coordinated movement. This area influences your body's ability to regulate involuntary muscle responses, reduce nighttime restlessness, and support steady, controlled motion. At bladder 7 and 8, near the motor cortex, we support the body's musculoskeletal system. These points are essential for joint health, spinal alignment, comfortable movement in your knees and your lower body, maintenance of healthy bone density, and neurological signaling. They support those working with stiffness, restricted mobility, and nerve signaling throughout the spine. And moving to GV20, the crown of your head, we reach the point that corresponds to your pituitary gland and the entire endocrine system. This point supports hormonal balance, cognitive function, coordination, cardiovascular regulation, and fluid balance throughout your body. It's essential for those working with spinal alignment, knee comfort, and healthy circulation. And moving back to GV19, near the sensory cortex, we target how your brain processes sensory information and manages comfort signals. It's essential for down-regulating your nervous system, reducing hypersensitivity, muscle inflammation, and supporting restorative sleep. At GV17, the medulla at the base of your skull, we regulate the vital centers that manage your heart rhythm and breathing. This point is essential for cardiovascular valve health, as well as comfortable circulation in the extremities. Bladder 9 corresponds to your cerebellum, supporting coordination, balance, and smooth movement. This point helps the nervous system reach the low frequency state needed for cellular repair, steady neurological function, and is important for those working to reduce sensitivity to environmental triggers and support deeper breathing. And moving to gallbladder 19, we release deep tension in your skull and support your visual cortex. This point supports visual processing and optical function. And alongside the skull at GB 18 and 17, we support the motor pathways that serve your lower body, helping with comfortable movement in your legs and knees, and supporting healthy spinal alignment. These points are helpful for those working with stiffness in the hands, wrists, and fingers, and they support healthy circulation in the extremities. And tapping gallbladder 13 on the right side, we engage emotional regulation, autonomic balance, and sleep patterns. This supports those working with chronic anxiety, fear responses, sleep disruption, and healthy weight management when the nervous system has been overactive for extended periods. And working with GB13 on the left side, we support your frontal lobe functions, including memory, planning, organization, focus, and higher cognitive abilities. At bladder 4 and 5, on your forehead, we support emotional stability, memory, and the calming of acute stress responses. These points help settle the nervous system during periods of heightened arousal and support healthy mood regulation. At bladder 2, we support visual clarity and optical health. This point regulates the nerves that process visual information and helps release tension around your eyes. And moving to bladder 1, we support your visual pathways, supporting clear, comfortable vision and circulation to the structures that serve your eyes. At Yin Tong, your third eye point between your eyebrows, we release tension in your head and support parasympathetic activation. This point supports your sinuses, facilitates a calm, meditative state, and is especially helpful for those working to improve sleep quality. At Taiyang, at the temples, we release tension from the sides of your head. Jaw tightness softens, neurological comfort improves, and the lateral regions of your brain receive support. At gallbladder 8, we release tension in your jaw muscles and support comfortable alignment of your jaw and face. This point also supports the facial nerve, healthy weight regulation, blood sugar balance, neurological comfort, and those recovering from dental work. At triple warmer 20, we stimulate the entire endocrine chain and the signaling that serves your internal organs. This point supports all the glands that manage your metabolic rate, digestion, reproductive function, and it's an important point for supporting the pelvic and reproductive organs. And moving to the other triple warmers around the ear, 16, 17, and 18. We support your inner ear and the cervical glands. Triple warmer 16 supports metabolic regulation, blood health, and neurological function. Triple warmer 17 supports metabolism, the endocrine system, pituitary gland, blood sugar balance, and healthy weight management. While 18 supports metabolic balance in the endocrine chain. Communication between your brain and all your glands is strengthened. And tapping the Yiming point, we support your autonomic nervous system and the connection between your brain and your body's sensitivity centers. This point is essential for those working to reduce environmental sensitivities, support healthy weight, and encourage balanced emotional responses. And moving down the sky window to the Tiangdong point and the spinal artery, we engage the routes that carry oxygen and nutrients to your brain and spine. These points ensure adequate circulation to support your nerve health, spinal function, cardiovascular balance, healthy regulation of pressure, and smooth coordination of movement throughout your body. And now we'll work through your entire spine, sending signals through every vertebra. And at the first cervical vertebra, C1, we target the communication between your brain in your body. This atlas point supports overall neurological function, balance, spinal integrity, healthy cardiovascular regulation, and immune resilience. And moving to C2, we support the nerves that serve your head, eyes, and sinuses. And on the right side, we support restorative sleep by calming the brain's alert centers. This point promotes mental clarity, visual function, comfortable head movement, and healthy brain circulation. And at C3, we support the eyes, ears, and sinuses, promoting clear vision and comfortable hearing. This point supports the phrenic nerve pathway that connects your brain to your diaphragm, delivering oxygen and critical minerals to the neural tissues. At C4, we continue supporting the cranial nerves that affect your vision and hearing. This point also supports your mouth, jaw, gums, and facial sensation, ensuring all these areas receive clear signaling for those recovering from dental procedures. And moving to C5, we target the signaling to the mouth, tongue, throat, and shoulders. This point supports function of your throat area and upper arms while releasing tension in the cervical spine for those with neck discomfort. It also supports healthy nerve signaling to the hands and wrists. And moving to C6, we support your thyroid gland and the health of your skin, hair, nails, and calcium balance. This point ensures your neck, shoulders, and arms receive clear bioelectrical signaling for comfort and strength. It's essential for thyroid health and supporting those working with neck stiffness, restricted movement, or hand and wrist discomfort. At C7, we support bone health and the parathyroid gland. This point also helps regulate calcium throughout your body. It supports spinal alignment and is essential for those working with skeletal strengthening and comfortable posture. And now we engage GV14 and bladder 11, the bone points at the base of your neck. These also stimulate calcium balance as well as strengthen all bones throughout your body. They support immune system function and are essential for bringing vitality and resilience to your entire skeletal system. At T1, your body's cell factory, we stimulate the bone marrow and support stem cell production. This point is essential for immune function, tissue regeneration, wound repair, joint health, blood cell production, and maintaining the body's bioelectrical vitality. Provides the foundational cellular support needed for restoration throughout the entire system. And now at T2, the thymus point, we support your T cell production and help balance your immune responses. This point strengthens your body's ability to recognize self from non-self and is essential for correcting overactive immune responses, reducing sensitivity to environmental triggers, supporting thyroid balance, and healthy blood cell production. Your shoulders at gallbladder 21 release tension and support circulation through your neck and arms. Comfortable posture returns, and your shoulders release into relaxation. And moving to T3, we support your lung capacity and your lymphatic system. This point is essential for removing metabolic waste, supporting joint health, healthy blood cell production, fluid balance, and maintaining optimal oxygen levels in every tissue. At T4, we target skin health and your sweat glands. This point ensures your skin can detoxify properly. It supports the resilience of your chest area, facilitates clear functional skin, supports healthy circulation to the extremities, and strengthens the body's response to environmental sensitivities. And at T5, your heart center receives support, including the pericardium and cardiovascular system. This point supports steady, comfortable heart rhythm, cardiovascular valve health, fluid balance, and emotional regulation throughout the body. Your diaphragm receives support at T6, facilitating deep abdominal breathing. This point promotes full, comfortable breaths, supports optimal oxygen exchange, helps your digestive system, and is essential for cardiovascular valve function. At T7, we engage the abdominal blood vessels and the spleen. The right side reinforces circulation, blood production, and supports healthy circulation in the extremities. The left supports your spleen to optimize digestion, manage fluid levels, ease reflux, and support comfortable, uninterrupted sleep. This point also supports joint health and fluid balance. Tapping T8, we stimulate your pancreas support point. Blood sugar regulation improves. Digestive enzyme production strengthens. blood cell production is supported, and your body's ability to process nutrients, manage insulin, and maintain stable energy levels finds natural balance. T9 on the right supports your liver, facilitating detoxification, nutrient processing, and the clearance of environmental toxins. On the left, we support your stomach and digestive comfort, reducing upset and supporting smooth digestion. This point balances the signals for appropriate appetite, comfortable nutrient processing, and overall digestive function. At T10, your gallbladder receives support for bile production and fat digestion. This point supports smooth digestive function, comfortable cholesterol balance, and efficient nutrient absorption. T11 supports your small intestine. This point also supports healthy elimination and iron balance, supports digestive function, and the body's ability to extract nourishment from food, building strength and vitality from within. And moving to T12, we continue supporting intestinal health and elimination, supporting your colon and the natural rhythm of healthy elimination, promoting comfortable, regular digestive function. And moving down to the lumbar spine, your adrenal glands receive support at L1, where we target stress hormone balance, sustainable energy regulation, spinal alignment, and the body's detoxification pathways. Chronic stress patterns release, fatigue transforms into calm vitality, and the structural integrity of your lower spine is strengthened. At L2, we support your kidneys and their role in filtration, fluid and metabolic balance of essential minerals like calcium. This point is essential for maintaining vital reserves, supporting your body's natural detoxification, protecting deep vitality. It is an important point for supporting the pelvic and reproductive organs. It also stimulates brown fat activation for healthy metabolic function, and it's used for sodium balancing. At L3, the reproductive center receives balancing support. This point supports the function of the prostate and the reproductive organs, circulation to the pelvic region, as well as resolving any restrictions in the bioelectrical pathways that serve these structures. And moving through L4 and L5, we support the nerves that supply your legs, knees, and colon. L5 specifically supports healthy elimination and comfortable bowel function. And these points help maintain proper alignment in your lower spine and engage the pathways that keep your knees strong, flexible, and mobile. And moving down to the sacral segment S1, 2, and 3, we support the nerve pathways that serve your hips, pelvis, and lower organs. The pelvic nerves are engaged, supporting pelvic floor health, bladder function, reproductive vitality, bone strength, joint comfort, and fluid balance in this region. At S4 and 5, the pudendal nerve receives attention, supporting sensation and function throughout the pelvic floor. S4 also supports the reproductive and pelvic organs. S5 supports healthy colon function and elimination. Pelvic vitality is strengthened as we complete the sacral segment. And tapping bladder 54 behind the knee, we support the lower back, kidney function, and comfortable hip movement. This point supports circulation to your legs and helps release tension in your lower body. And moving to the liver 8 point, just below the knee, we support your tendons and muscle control in your legs. This point helps to relieve discomfort and promote flexibility, ease, and comfort in your knee joints. And tapping stomach 36 to build overall strength and vitality. This point supports digestion, boosts the immune function, strengthens metabolic capacity, and facilitates circulation throughout your legs. And just below at stomach 37, we support your large intestine and healthy bowel function. This is an essential point for those working to improve comfortable, regular elimination. At stomach 39, we support your lower intestinal function and the nerve pathways that serve your spine. This point is important for those working with spinal comfort, alignment, and healthy elimination. And now we move back up to the ear to gallbladder 10 and 11, activating the deep brain area that shapes emotional patterns and supports neuroplasticity. Balanced emotional responses develop more naturally, and the brain's regenerative capacity is strengthened. And tapping gallbladder 12 behind the earlobe, we support your cranial nerve pathways and the vagus nerve. This point maintains clear communication between your brainstem and and the structures it serves, supporting parasympathetic function, restorative sleep, and neurological recovery. And now we move down the sky window to the kidney meridian. And tapping K27 on your upper chest, we support your immune system, bone health, and healthy blood production. This point strengthens the connection between your lungs and your body's resilience. At K26, we support your immune system and thyroid pathway. This point strengthens the connection between your chest and your thyroid gland. It's essential for those working with autoimmune regulation, neurological resilience, and healthy insulin signaling. And tapping K25, 24, and 23, we support your lungs, heart, and the structures that govern comfortable breathing during sleep. These points open the chest pathways that support cardiovascular valve health, deep breathing, and restful, uninterrupted nighttime sleep. At K22, we support the connection between your chest and your digestive system. This point is important for blood sugar regulation and comfortable digestive function. And tapping stomach 21 on the right supports how your body processes and uses fats, blood sugar, and blood cell production. Balance returns to your digestion. Comfortable weight management and insulin regulation are supported, and the body's detoxification pathways are nourished. At stomach 25, we support your large intestine, healthy elimination, and fluid balance. The natural rhythm of your digestion strengthens. At CV12, the major point for your middle digestive center, we release any tension in your stomach area and support comfortable digestion. This powerful point helps coordinate your body's ability to process food, absorb nourishment, and balance fluid levels throughout your system. At CV6, we reinforce your body's metabolic core and support circulation and metabolism. This point strengthens your yang function, improves your body's ability to transform nutrients into fuel, and deepens your overall vitality. At CV4, we activate your vital center and support your reproductive and urinary systems. This is a powerful source of core metabolic function. It supports the pelvic organs, neurological resilience, and also helps to ground. At stomach 30, we support circulation and energy flow to the pelvic organs and the lower body. This point helps nourish the reproductive system and supports vitality in the lower abdomen. And now we acknowledge any tender areas or sensitive lymph nodes or any places of tension throughout your body. Also tap to activate those areas of brown fat. And tapping Li4 on the hand. Immune function strengthens, facial concerns resolve, and the head, face, and jaw receive powerful support for comfort and restoration. Tapping Li11 and 10 on the arm, we support circulation, joint health, blood cell production, and the nerve pathways that serve your shoulders, elbows, and hands. These points are essential for those working with upper body recovery, comfortable movement in the arms and wrists, fluid balance, and healthy circulation in the extremities. At triple warmer 5, on the back of the wrist, we support the outer gate pathway that addresses joint comfort, ear health, and neck tension. This is an important point for those working with jaw alignment and comfortable movement in the hands and wrists. At P6 and P7 on the inner wrist, we reduce nausea, calm anxiety, and support healthy cardiac rhythm. The emotional center settles, your stomach quiets, and a deep sense of calm and well-being fills your chest. And tapping the heart 7 point at the wrist regulates the seat of your emotions, reducing restlessness and supporting restorative sleep. Worry quiets, your mind settles, and the natural rhythms that bring deep, restorative rest grow stronger. At gallbladder 31, we target any muscle tightness, inflammation, and support circulation in the legs. This point helps to release tension in the calves and the lower extremities, supporting comfort and ease of movement. At gallbladder 34, we support your tendons and muscle control. This point helps to relieve joint comfort, joint discomfort, promotes flexibility throughout your body, reduces chronic muscle tension, and supports comfortable, stable movement in your knees and spine. At spleen 10, on your inner thigh, this point is essential for balancing the immune system, supporting healthy skin, and encouraging comfortable circulation throughout your body. And tapping spleen 9, we balance fluid circulation and support your pelvic organs. Your lower body comes into equilibrium, joint comfort improves, and tissue repair is supported. At spleen 6, this point brings balance to the function of your spleen, liver, and kidneys while supporting reproductive health. Hormones find their natural balance, fluid regulation improves, and circulation is supported. And tapping kidney 3, we strengthen the kidney function and support the glands in the neck that regulate metabolic rate. Foundational vitality builds, and your deep reserves go stronger. And tapping liver 3, we support the liver's smooth flow of energy throughout your body. This point is essential for regulating cardiovascular balance, calming anxiety, reducing neurological discomfort, and encouraging comfortable, relaxed function in every system. And finally, we come to the kidney 1 point, the sole of the foot, grounding all the bioelectrical signals we've worked through today. And this point anchors your autonomic state, down-regulates your nervous system, supports healthy blood cell production, and connects you to the stable, grounding foundation beneath you. And now that all of these points are open, we'll just recharge the batteries, starting with the upper dantian. The middle dantian, and the lower dantian. All right, and that concludes today's Tong Ren session. Thanks to everyone who joined. I appreciate you being here. Feel free to leave a comment below if you'd like. I'll stay on for a few minutes after the live stream to answer any questions you have in the comments section. And just a couple of things to note. You may notice some drowsiness, and that's a normal response. So rest if you can, and make sure you're drinking plenty of water today. Now, if you'd like to submit your conditions for next week's session, you can register using the link below. Registration closes when the session is full or 24 hours before we begin. So sign up early to secure your spot. And thanks again for being here. I hope to see you again next week.